This play is just mean. Watch what he does to this guard. Buries him on the blitz. That's tough to watch. Right here, watch his speed. He sees a stretch play, goes underneath of it, and has the speed to just bring him down in the backfield. This is a super impressive one. He gets his shoulder on him, just buries him to the ground. You know what I mean? That's authority when making that tackle. Fullback hits him low here, keeps his feet, which shows his athleticism and balance, and still brings the running back down. And again, watch his strength and speed. Just blows it up, blows up the play. Good night. All right, guys. On the show today, like I said, is the best outside linebacker in not only the state of Ohio, but in the nation. Okay, I'm talking about the Ohio State commit, Gabe Powers. Gabe, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I was telling you off the air that I'm not sure if PA's having football season now. There's new stuff going on, but you were saying stuff in Ohio looks great. So I'm glad for all the high school kids out in Ohio that they get to play through this season. So first thing is, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Mary's, 6'4", 220. I mean, outside of football, I live in a kind of sort of not really a small town, big town type deal. We're still Division I. We still compete with the best, but we don't got as much people in our high school as a lot of people do. So just like to fish and hang out with friends, really.
I like it, man. And from where I'm from, that's pretty similar, man. We're a pretty small town. We're close to some stuff, but it's a real big, like, hunting, fishing kind of town. So
exactly.
Sounds similar.
Yeah.
So it was funny, you actually referenced your height and weight, and I saw some pictures of you a while ago, and with no real reference of you weren't standing next to anybody, you were kind of solo, and it said 6'4", 220, and I'm like, I don't buy it. I was like, I don't think he's that big. And then go ahead.
Since last season, so at the end of the season, I finished up. I got down there. I got to like 200, all the way down 200, 195 at the end of the season. But this last season, I took basketball off and everything just to bulk up.
Well, what's crazy is I watched your film. You know what I mean? Because I saw pictures of you before I watched your film, and I was like, oh God, yeah, he is 6'4", 220. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look like a big dude. Like, if somebody came up and was like, hey man, have you heard this crazy story about a high schooler playing with junior high kids? Like, I would believe it, because that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
And you talked about bulking up. I read a little article about you, and it said you eat about 6,000 calories a day. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm actually going over that right now because we've been having 2 days. So we're 7 in the morning to about 1. So I got to eat a lot right now.
So when I graduated high school, I graduated like 130 pounds, and like I want to be big, right? So like every small guy wants to be big, every big guy wants to be small, like all that fun stuff. But I was eating about 5,000 calories a day, and then after like a few weeks, I just got burnt out of it. Like, it sucks trying to eat that much food. Do you struggle with that?
It's at first, I struggle with it, but after you keep doing it, keep having to. I mean, because eating that much, I mean, it's a lot. Like you said, it's a lot. So, eating that much, eventually you start to get used to it, and you start to actually eat more and more. But like you said, for the first, I want to say even first like 2 months, it's a struggle.
And people are like, oh, well, it can't be that hard to eat, that much calories. But it's like, one, it is difficult. And two, it's not like you're sitting there eating tubs of ice cream every night. You know what I mean? You still have to stay in shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't really much junk food. I mean, you're not really eating for the enjoyment of it.
That's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. Now, here's something I'm always kind of curious about, because some kids blossom early, some kids are late bloomers. At what age did you realize college football at a high level was a real opportunity?
Probably, I want to say my 7th grade year.
Okay. Was there a particular moment?
Just, I actually played on LeBron James, his organization, Blue Chips. I don't know if you know him, but I played on the older team than Bronny James.
Hold on real quick. My dogs are barking.
Oh, sorry. You good?
No, you're good. My bad, man. I'm sorry about that. They
Oh,
saw
you're
a
good.
mailman.
Yeah. Oh no, my dogs do it all the time. But seventh grade, I was traveling for basketball and everything. I mean, I was in Alabama one week, North Carolina the next. And at that point, like I realized, like I'm 6'4", I'm not gonna be a basketball player. It's not my it's not in my blood. It's not that type. So when I was playing football, I'm like, dang, I could really at 6'4". That's a great height for linebacker and everything. I've always been raised as a linebacker, so at that point I started realizing, okay, I can do something with this.
Did you played with a young man named Rodney Gallagher too, right?
No.
Okay, because he played with Bronny, but it might have been a different time because like they're
I played it with the older team than Brownie.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I had him on the show and he was kind of telling stories about like hanging out with LeBron James in a different way than what you'd see him on TV. It was just really cool. So it's always a cool experience like that.
Yeah.
Now, how much did COVID affect your off season? How much did you still get in like your normal work, or is it a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, I have a weight set downstairs, so I was still go with that. I mean, it was different. You don't have everything you have in a normal weight room, but I still did good with it. Still was able to run. Still was able to train. So it was fine for me.
And that's good. And like, I'm a big, like, speaking of basketball, like my favorite athlete of all time is Kobe. And one thing Kobe was famous for is every offseason he would work on something in particular. And then he'd come back in the next season and have like something added to his game, or he would improve upon something in his game. What did you focus on this offseason to really try to improve upon?
A lot of strength, a lot of just getting bigger, but also my DB work, feet work a lot this year. Just be able to guard an open field because that's what I really need to work on because all the game is pretty much a lot of pass now. So
Yeah, you're completely right, man. Some of these tight ends and running backs are run routes like receivers.
yeah, exactly.
So here's something I'm kind of curious what you think of is, when looking at your competition as far as just backers in general, or you're the number one outside linebacker in the nation, what separates you from that group? What makes Gabe Powers elite?
Yeah, well, a lot of time it's my IQ. I'm very smart in the game. I've been raised in the game. I've been taught my whole life since I could walk and be before I could even walk. I was trying it. But going out to practices because my dad used to be defensive coordinator, a couple different schools, and linebacker coach, a couple different schools. So I've always been taught linebacker my whole life. So my IQ is very high. My physicality, we play that wing T offense, so every it's straight down your throat. So my physicality is very a lot. My length, but a lot of guys got length, but my physicality and my IQ is what separates me from a lot.
I like that, man. And who are some of the guys you like to study?
When he played was Ray Lewis. I loved Ray Lewis.
Probably the greatest Mike backer of all time. That makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
And do you have any idea what you might major in at Ohio State?
I have no clue.
Nah, that's fine. It's early in the game. Let me ask you this before we get to rapid fire questions: is what ultimately made you choose Ohio State?
At the end of the day, it's home. It's 35 minutes away from here. Growing up, it's always been a dream of mine. When I was little, I want to play Ohio State. It's always been a dream of mine. So that and the relationship with Coach Washington and Coach Day, I mean, love them. I know Coach Washington and his family love them, and they showed me the most love throughout this whole process. So
That's great, man. Like when you're
yeah,
so close to that big university, it's really cool to like you said, I'm sure that was your dream as a small little kid, and you're like, man, it'd be so cool to one day play under those bright lights, and now it's a reality, dude. That's so
yes,
cool to think of.
yes, sir.
All right, let's do some rapid fire questions. First one: would you rather pick six somebody or deplete somebody?
Decleat.
That's spoken like a true linebacker. If you could hang out with one linebacker ever, whether they're alive or dead, and pick their brain, who would it be? And you already said Ray Lewis. Give me another one.
Oh, probably Luke. Luke, he's just retired, but from the Panthers, I love the way he's probably probably up there with Ray. You know, really good.
Yeah, you talk about IQ. Luke Kuechly had it, man.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of music, and who's your favorite artist?
Depends on the quick occasion, because I'm a multi. I can listen to whatever, you know, rap, country, whatever. But I'm more of a country type guy. So
What is your favorite movie?
probably I want to say what's that? What's the movie with the he he moves in with the people. It's a football movie. Probably know it. It was kind of documentary almost. He went on to play for
Blindside.
Ravens. Yeah, Blindside. That's what it is.
Blindside. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I got you. Give me a food that everybody likes, but you do not.
See, I'm not picky. I like anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Like Ohio, but I want to say I like Georgia a lot.
Georgia? Okay.
I like Georgia. Yeah.
Who is your favorite Ohio State player of all time?
I like Braxton Miller.
That's a good one. And then last one, who is your celebrity crush?
You're going with that one. Oh. You're going to get me in trouble now. Come on.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. I had a good time talking to you.
Oh, a good time, yeah.
No, I mean, you're a great young man. You can tell that, you know, you're raised the correct way. You're a hardworking guy. You know, you're not flashy. You're a guy who just puts his head down, goes to work, puts in his time, puts in extra time. And that's the stuff that's, you know, gonna pay off at the end of the day. And it's probably gonna be the reason that you might end up playing on Sundays.
Thank you.
No, it's no problem at all. Guys, you know, check out my guy. He's on Instagram. He's on Twitter. Give him a follow. If you guys like the episode, click like and subscribe. Support the show, and I will see you guys next time.